What's up, guys? How you doing? Cowboy Crunk coming to you from Kabul, Afghanistan. Not a live video, but I am alive, living the life here in the war zone, bringing you your most current, up-to-date wartime situations with what's new, what's going on, and scenarios with the offense, defense, and special teams. Wanted to run a video real quick on the Shaq defense that I have been talking about recently, and all the defenses that are basically running the same schemes on us. They're keying on these two guys standing behind me. You guys know that is the prolific part of our offense, especially Ezekiel Elliott. Even in the pass game, they've gone to him. It's like they see something that works and they just decide to use it, especially if it has to do with him. But I have been kind of battling back and forth. It is a little difficult doing these messages on the comments as far as replying and getting a feel from what the reply is. I've been back and forth with a few of you guys, and I really love the conversation and hope that it's progressive and positive, because I really enjoy it. I agree with a lot of what you guys are saying, and it looks like I'm dogging Dak out. Not dogging Dak out at all. What I'm doing is pointing out the things we need to get fixed. We are 2-3. There are some positives out there, and the positive is we really haven't had a game where we really got blown out of the water. You look at it on paper, and we've gotten beat in the yards game, and our defense is holding really well. What we did in 2016 was outstanding, an amazing year. We weren't expecting to have that happen, especially after Romo went down. We kind of thought the season was over. So for Dak to come in, do what he did, and give us that season, it gave all of us, we're thinking for the next 10 years we're going to go 13-3. And you're going to have pitfalls, you're going to have changes, you're going to have slumps, you're going to have some changes in the coaching staff that don't work, you're going to have some changes on the offense or defense that don't work. Evidently, we've had some changes on the offense that haven't worked. We've had some changes on the defense that have gone amazing and outstanding. Think if we had the offense of 2016 and the defense we have now. Of course, that's not possible all the time. Changes take place that don't work. But the 2016 draft was by far our best draft in years. We need to take advantage of it. Dak is there. I'm just trying to comment and put the things and say what I think that the changes are that need to be made around him. I don't think a change needs to be made with Dak. As far as personnel wise, I don't think Dak needs to be taken off, or try Cooper Rush or Mike White. Now, I did mention that in the comments, but what I mentioned was, is that what you guys think we should do? I mean, shit, is it that? Do you guys think it's that bad? I don't think it's that bad. I think his accuracy is off. That definitely is not there. And that has dropped off a little bit. That means, to me, it means he's not running the right drills. Whatever he's doing in practice is not crossing over into the game, and it's not developing his accuracy or keeping his accuracy sharp. You have to do that. So whatever drills I think they're having him do may not be relating to the field. And as far as the receivers going, it is 100%. All receivers say they're open all the time. You won't talk to a receiver in the world that says they're not open. And actually, it's true. Receivers are always open. If you have an extremely accurate quarterback, it don't matter if the defender is right there on the player in perfect position. Ask Chidobe Awuzie. That dude's got hit up on some plays this year where Chidobe Awuzie was in perfect position. Many plays, he's been in the perfect spot, and the ball was thrown perfect. And you cannot defend a perfect throw. So we're not expecting Dak to throw the ball perfect every time, but the more separation the receivers can get, the bigger window Dak Prescott has to throw the ball. And with his accuracy down, and with a little bit, with his accuracy not where it was before, and with the receivers not getting that separation, he's having to throw tighter windows. He's having to put the ball more accurate. Dak is almost having to be perfect. And Dak is not ever going to be one of those perfect quarterbacks. he may be really close to perfect in in controlling the ball, and I have not seen him make a stupid play. Can anybody recall Dak making a stupid play? The only stupid play I saw him make was, and I can't remember the game, but he was throwing a screen over to Dez. And I don't know if Dez had lined up too wide. This was really early. This was, I think, in 2016, actually. And Dak just turned and launched the ball, and the defender stepped in front of Dak and took it back to the house. And that now he had a play similar to that, if you guys are trying to recall the Seattle game, where he overthrew Ezekiel Elliott in the flats, and Seattle took it back for a touchdown. But that was just an inaccurate throw. Those things are going to happen. But I cannot recall Dak doing anything stupid. Making a stupid play. And quarterbacks do that fairly frequently. At least, sometimes a couple, at least, once every 3 or 4 games. So I'm extremely happy with Dak being our quarterback. It's just we got to get those things back around him. We got to get Dak coached back by the proper people. And I think the big thing is Kellen Moore. I've been back and forth with my man Galt. Galt, bro, if you catch this video, I love what you had to say. A lot of the things you're saying I completely 100% agree with. Actually, nothing you've said I disagree with. We have slight tweaks on what we're saying that are slightly different, and I hope you're taking that right in the comment box the way I'm answering. Because you mentioned Kellen Moore and showed his resume and showed, Kellen Moore was an outstanding college quarterback, but to me he hasn't proven anything in the NFL, and I would prefer to have a seasoned veteran quarterback, retired quarterback type guy versus a younger quarterback that just came out of the the NCAA a few years ago and really didn't. Yeah, he was outstanding in college. The thing is with Kellen Moore, he's a Boise State guy. And that's I kind of realized that. I thought about that. I had forgotten that. That's why he's there, guys. We have more Boise State guys on our roster than anywhere, and everyone's kind of skipping over him. But that's the guy that Dak Prescott's going to. That's who he's spending more time with. That's who he's in the film room with, and I'm sure. Linehan is in the film room there as well, and I'm sure Garrett is, a lot of the time. Probably not all the time, but I can guarantee you Linehan's probably there 50% of the time. But Kellen Moore and Dak, they should be in the film room every day together. That is Kellen Moore's main job. Film room with Dak, explaining film, and I'm telling you, I do not think Dak Prescott is feeling Kellen Moore. I think there's a complete disconnect between the teacher and student right there. And that's my thing. I don't think that teacher has the experience, has the knowledge. I know he was great in Boise State. I know he was great in college. I know but what Dak needs is a veteran guy. And I know I watched the video. I know Gruden graded Kellen Moore really great. But all of those quarterbacks that Kellen Moore that John Gruden brings in and does the Gruden grinder quarterback preview thing, he rates all of them pretty well. He talks good about all of them. And if you can look, there's some quarterbacks on there that never did anything. But that's his job. He can't come in there and tell Kellen Moore or tell Johnny Manziel or tell whoever comes in. Russell Wilson, I remember when he did his, he can't come in and tell those guys, I don't think you're going to make it, and you need a lot of work in this area, and you're not going to be developed properly. And depending on what team he doesn't do that. He comes in, he points out their positives and stuff like that. So I just think Kellen Moore is the first decision, that the first change that needs to be made, and that would get a whole different direction. Because Kellen Moore is the one sending Dak in the direction. He's the one that's leading him. That's his guy he has to go to for film, for breakdown of film, for passing drills, what he wants Dak Prescott doing in practice when he's throwing. So I think that's what we need to change. But I will be taking phone calls tonight. I want to do a live show tonight. That's why I got this out. If you guys are interested, we'll put the phone calls out. I want to explain more exactly what I'm talking about with the Shaq and Dak defenses that they're calling. And that was a defense, if you guys recall, hack a Shaq was what it was called. When Shaq was used to play, the defense would, as soon as the Lakers would get the rebound, they would hack Shaq, and that was the defense. Just even if Shaq didn't have the ball, foul him, put him at the free throw line, and he would miss the free throws. And then if they were playing the Celtics would come down and score, and then they'd foul Shaq again, and then put him at free throw, and he'd make one free throw. Well, in that whole time, you know, the Celtics score 4 points, but Shaq is missing free throws, and that's what they're doing with us. They're loading the box. They're saying we're going to key on Zeke and Dak, and that's what I was pointing out in the film. Even though it's on these fake handoffs, that's why Dak Prescott has a 122 quarterback rating when we do a fake handoff pass play. Trying to think right now. It lost my brain for a second. The play action. When we do play action, Dak has 122 quarterback rating. When we don't do play action and Dak Prescott just drops back in the pocket without Ezekiel Elliott in the backfield or without a play action, he has a 66 QBR. So that's a completely different scenario. And if you watch, every time they do the fake handoff with Ezekiel Elliott, the whole defense goes. And there's been 2 plays that I was pointing out. One of the plays, he actually hands it off to Dak, and then he rolls out in the flats, and he could have ran down the sideline 140, 120, 160 yards. I don't know how long he would have ran. That whole side of the field was gone because as soon as he showed the ball to Ezekiel Elliott, the whole defense shifted over. The other play was like I said, close to the end zone when he drops back. He was in shotgun formation. Ezekiel Elliott was on this side. He took the snap and he looks over at Cole Beasley and kind of gives a pump fake. And actually, Cole Beasley was wide open. If he would have thrown to Cole Beasley, he probably would have scored a touchdown. But the play was designed to do a pump fake to Beasley and then turn around and actually turn all the way around. I can't do that with the microphone on. Turn all the way around and hit Ezekiel Elliott in the flats for another screen. They're in love with these screens now. And I like them too. They're our big play. They're our big play. Out of the playbook, that's our biggest play. But for some reason, I don't know why he pump faked, and he actually, when he pump faked, he could have pulled his arm back and went ahead and thrown it and probably still got the first down or still maybe even got the touchdown. But he was so set on getting Ezekiel Elliott the ball, he did the pump fake, turned around, threw it to Ezekiel Elliott, and we lost 2 yards instead of getting a first down or a touchdown. We were on about the 15-yard line. But that's what I want to go over, guys. I want to explain what this Shaq and Dak defense is, what they're doing to shut Ezekiel Elliott and Dak Prescott down and keep them. They're keying on them. And what that's doing, it's making Dak Prescott have to throw the ball. And he needs to just launch it. He needs to cut it loose. I've been saying he needs to come out of the closet. That's another thing you guys have heard me said. I'm not saying Dak is a horrible quarterback. I'm saying he has to be pushed. He needs to be pushed to throw the ball down the field. I don't know if it's him. I don't know if it's Linehan or Kellen Moore, but somebody needs to get in his ear and say, look, dude, trust your arm. Trust these guys going deep and launch the ball down the sideline. That's what's going to draw the safeties out. We have to do it. If it's incomplete, it's incomplete. If we get a pass interference, how many pass interferences have we seen this year on our guys, on us gaining a pass interference? Very little. How many did we see when Dez Bryant was there? Dez Bryant, and he don't get credit for those. He gets credit in the yards book for a completed pass. But how many times did we see the cornerback or the safety climbing his back because he was too strong, he was too big, and that's why he drew a lot of double coverages. He still was drawing double coverages at when he left, just not as many because we were running the ball so much. They had to load the box, and when they loaded the box, Dak Prescott was right to try and get the ball when he could to Dez Bryant. The numbers were down, but all of our receivers' numbers are down. We're running the ball more. It's not a drop-off of Dak. It's not a drop-off of our receivers. It's a drop-off because we're running the ball more. If you run the ball more, you're going to pass the ball less. So your numbers across your receivers board and your tight ends are going to be down. So do want to go live. I'm going to go hit the gym real quick and do my thing there. I appreciate the time on the video. I want to get this out. We'll be going live in about 3 hours, which is probably around the let's see, probably 3 o'clock your time, 3 o'clock local. I'll try to go live, and we'll watch some college football and do a live show. Thank you guys for the comments. Subscribe and like to the channel. The main thing is comment, 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 because I like vocalizing with you guys. I'll put the phone number out later, and we'll have a live show at 3 o'clock. Thanks, guys. Take care.